Hey guys, finally finished the next big stand drawing. I managed to rush through like 80% of it in like 3 days, so we done now. We're gonna be ranking them. And also, for those who don't know, Discord like imploded yesterday and the search function still hasn't recovered, so I'm doing this from memory. So it's gonna be fucking bad. But before we get into any of that, the new stuff, I actually have some re-rankings to do because Filthy Mind and Open Frenzy got retconned and then reassigned as different stands. So I'm not going to bother replacing their images at this point in time because screw that. Also, Norton's like eating my computer's ass right now, so that's also not ideal for doing this, but I'm choosing to do it anyways. And this is going to go horribly, but we'll see how everything turns out. Okay, so there's Open Frenzy, which I'm going to move. Its new ability is that it adds an explosive area of effect to attacks or actions in general. So I'm going to put that as an A in combat. It's pretty much a fully combat-oriented ability. Now this is going to be one hell of a video, huh? Just lagging there for like 4 minutes. I wonder if my video is also just going to glitch out in general. That could be cute. That could be very cute if it does. What in the fuck is going on? Okay. Alright, so there's that reassigned, and then, of course, need to fill in the blank. Oh, that's the wrong color. Need regular white. And then, let's also go ahead and grab, while I'm just in this area, let's grab Filthy Mind. And also move that to an A, because it's also a pretty damn powerful stand, at least against other stand users. Because it literally just corrupts the stand and turns it against the user, makes it controlled by the Filthy Mind user, whatever. And then, here's Open Frenzy over here as a utility. Actually, I think you can say a C in utility, but I think Filthy Mind gets bumped up to a B just because it's pretty useful in general. Now, on to the 51 new ones. It's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass, but I gotta do it. Set the precedent. Okay, starting off on a low note with Blue Jeans and Bloody Tears. Quite possibly the most mediocre stand. There's no more to that sentence, that's just what it is. Easy double F. It has the nerve. It's like I Am Blue, where it has the nerve to have an ability, but the ability is completely fucking pointless. Yeah, that's all there is to that. And unlike I'm Blue, it can actually be used, like it can actually become relevant, but it's still fucking pointless. Yeah. And then outside of the tower, probably gonna get redesigned eventually because I was just fucking rushing and really did not enjoy drawing Colin. So that's just going to plop down directly into question mark tier. Oh right, I do the top ones first. Oh, that's not a good thing. Oh, you motherfucker. Okay, whiteout. Let's just get this bitch's fucking this face. Whiteout combat. It's not really a combat ability. I'm gonna say it can only ever make him as strong as his opponent if he were to use it in combat, or I say it. Failsafe isn't it. I guess that's D. I guess. And then utility, it's like maybe A at best. but I think it's more of a B, honestly. Because it's like, it's not really an A-worthy thing. Because it needs to see something. Okay. Do anything for love. I think this, because it's a hard shine stand, I'm just going to assume that it does exactly what it sounds like. Shoot someone with the arrow, and they'll do anything for the sake of love. Combat, I guess that's like a B. It's pretty mediocre lurker stand, all things considered. Utility, I guess it's like also a B. I might be remembering it wrong, though. There's a very high chance I'm remembering it wrong. I would say that I would go back and edit the video or something and like put in text that says like, yeah, I was wrong. But I don't know when the fuck Discord's gonna fix its fucking shit. Actually, let's bump it up to an A in utility. Why not? Feels weird putting a lurker stand like low like that. Especially when shit like Welcome to the Circus got a fucking S. So yeah. Okay, next up. You are my gravity. This one is basically just Sea Bear a little bitch, the stand. So I'm gonna put it in C for Sea Bear. And B for Bear C. Yeah. It's honestly a downgrade from Here I Go Again, but you know. Fun in the Sun. That's a solid question mark, because even though it's been stated what it does, quite frankly, I still don't fucking get it. So yeah. Okay. Exogenesis Symphony. Fucking terrifying. As a general statement. Honestly, I mean, if you were to go up against the stand in a battle, it could instantly fucking disable whatever you're trying to do at any time. So, yeah, I should be paying attention because there's a D&D session going on right now that I'm involved in, but, like, I need to get this shit done. Yeah, you're not gonna win a fight against it, really, but I don't think it goes in S+, because it's not, like, bustedly overpowered. There's still a process to it, and, like, if we were using it as a crowd of opponents, it would be not as great. Utility, I think it goes in B, I guess. Actually, it actually has uses outside of, like, lurker things. Like, it can be used to help people out in theory. But, you know, so I guess it goes in A. Alright. When mermaids cry, I don't try. Not to be confused with Lorelei of the Sea. Obviously, okay. I don't remember exactly. I think it's power siphoning. I'm just gonna throw it in. I feel it's Wiccan stand. It's gotta be fucking busted. So I think it's safe to put in like S utility. Maybe double S. S feels better for some reason, even though I feel like it's a more combat oriented ability. I don't know why. I'm just going with my gut on this one. That's what my gut's telling me. Okay, Dark Side. I guess I'll put it in question mark, because it hasn't been properly revealed yet, though I do have some ideas of what it will be. Actually, hang on a second. Why is Led Zeppelin still there? I know what Led Zeppelin does now. Has it been that long? Has it been that long, or is that a reason for that? I'm gonna leave Led Zeppelin there. For now. Okay, Funky Solution. Useless in combat. Has 0 combat use, so that's an easy F in combat. For utility, You wouldn't be getting use out of it if you're just some rando, but if you're Coolio Jimmy, I guess you can do some shit with it, so I guess a D. I guess a D sounds about right. Not a very good stand, but he doesn't really need one. Keep it coming back. Was an easy one. Okay. Where's block and load? Block and load is D in combat. And where's Psycho Killer? Oh, I should have put that in one of those fucking blank slots. Oh well. Where the fuck is Psycho Killer? Okay, that's an E, and that's a D, and it's like a combination of both of them. So I guess it gets bumped up to a C, and I can fill one of those spots. That's how logic works, right? What time are we at with this? We're 10 minutes and 11 minutes into this shit. God damn. And I guess utility, okay, well, I'm not gonna put it in fucking B. It doesn't deserve that, so it'll just go in the same tier as Psycho Killer. Actually, someone knew how to use it. It could get a B. Okay, green disease. If I recall, it's like just luck-based, whether or not it takes control of people. So obviously, since it's luck-based, you can't really rank it super high or super low, because its effectiveness is up to chance. So in the middle seems actually, that's low for a lurker stand, really. I guess you would have to be pretty lucky to avoid it for a sustained amount of time. So like B in combat and like B in utility, I guess. Again, relatively low for a lurker stand, but you know. It also has a been seen in action. Okay, speaking of low for lurker stands, give thanks. This one doesn't even actually control people, at least in its not unbound form. Combat. D, because you can kind of disrupt them, but even then, it's only like a slightness to it. Utility, I guess it can go up to like a C in utility. B. You can basically just get favors from people whenever you want. Okay. Permanence. This one was a blast to draw. Well, Eorta was a blast to draw. Even though I half-assed it. Combat. I mean, completely disrupts reparation, healing factors, whatever. So I guess that would be pretty good in a combat scenario. As for utility, I think it's kind of the antithesis of utility. So I guess it goes in like... Well, I guess there's some things you want to break and not have them repair, so I guess I'll put it in C so I can finally fill this slot. Alright, now, just Google me all the way over there, big man. All the way over to this side. Okay. Run away. Combat. F, because he can't use it in combat, because as long as people are paying attention to him, he cannot use the ability, and if you're fighting him, you're obviously paying attention to him. And as for utility, it still requires not being looked at to be used, so, or not being paid attention to, so I'm gonna put it in a D. Okay, Weird Al. This one's, I think this one, its trigger method is a bit too complex to be reasonably used in combat, but in theory it could be, so I guess it's E. And as for utility, I guess it's like a C in utility, because, well, the use is like messing with people, but you know, I did done that one time, so Why is there a fucking gap here? Why is there a gap here? Let me fix that. Oh, that's not a good way of fixing it. That's no good, but oh fucking well. You know? Just as they say a lot of the time. So, drop it like it's hot. This just makes people high. Combat. C, because it makes them high so they can't fight properly, but the user's also always high, so it doesn't really do that much. Utility, I guess being high is fun for some people, so we'll put it as a B. Monster Mash. Or the Monster Mash. Mashes two monsters' hands together. Combat. You have to give it to someone, so you can't just whip it out in combat, so that's an F. Utility? That varies depending on what stands are used, so I think it's safe to put it at like a C. Okay, full trunk. Well, this is a busted one. Full trunk, I think it's safe to say, is S plus in combat. I think that's without a doubt, because if you're trying to fight him for any reason other than like a friendly spar, you're gonna feel negative thoughts towards him and you're gonna get fucked. Utility? It could probably backfire on like someone like, actually I guess utility gets him out of unwanted situations probably, but it's not really utility design, so I guess it's just a B. Okay, it's hip to B square. That's an S in combat probably, just because it can fuck over a lot of things. Just really. And I think it's like a C utility? D? No, not D. That's too low. What the fuck? Fuck you, athletics. B. Oh, right, B. Duh. Because it's a B. I haven't made that joke ever before. Never in this series. Okay. Skrillex. Get the whole stand in it, because that's what it is. Okay, Skrillex. Okay, so S in utility. And then combat, it's not really that good in combat. I think I'm gonna put it at like do I have my copy? I do. Okay. I think I'm gonna put in an F in combat because you really can't use it in combat, but that's fine. Just a gigolo. So this one's interesting because it's a really powerful stand, but it's limited by its user's own restrictions, which are self-imposed for good reason. So I think it's safe to say it's like a B. It would be if he actively used it and stuff, then obviously it would be higher, but you know. And utility, it gets rid of annoyances if he doesn't want them around. So that I'd say that's a fair cause. That's an A. You do you, Gigolo. Okay, unstoppable. Makes it so you can't be stopped. Just like infinite determination. Your will can't be broken. Combat, easy A. It doesn't grant you any physical power, but it grants you perseverance, I guess. And utility, I'm gonna say that's like an S. For obvious reasons. Okay, now stop asking where. Does not get the name of the stand in there. So this is an automatic stand that in combat, I think it's like a, I guess, because Yeah, it's good, but it doesn't. He can't actually control it, and if someone can resist the flames, he's kind of fucked. So it doesn't really get as high as the other calamitous flame stands. And utility adds. They all are anti-utility, so it's like F. Well, E. I guess that's where all of them go. Well, all the automatic ones. Spoiler alert, there's a non-automatic one later in this video. If you're watching this, you should already fucking know that. If you're watching this deep in the video, I'm sorry. City of the Sun. We're already at 20 minutes. What the fuck is going on? Okay. City of the Sun. What the fuck did this do? It's like something about leads you to safety. So combat, not really feeling it as a combat ability. Maybe throw it in E, because I don't really remember what it does. And there's some weird shit in E. Utility. I'm gonna throw it in. Bruh. Paint on net be like. Okay, so now I'm gonna put it in B in utility. Norton! Fuck you! Anyways, that aside. No. Combat. Can completely negate things, but only sometimes. So I guess it goes here. Yeah, that's where four-leaf clover is, which is kind of a similar idea. And then utility also kind of just ranks the same as four-leaf clover. Not intentionally, that's just where it would go. Because if you're not in a combat situation, it could be a long way. So, baby hotline. Combat. That's a, like, EF in combat. And utility, that's like a, it's like a D in utility, E in utility, D in utility, E, D, yeah. Because you can make money off of it in theory. But, you know, it's fucking weird. Okay, nothing to prove. Hold something above your head, turns into water. Combat. Only really useful if you can lift your opponent. But Hydrator's a big guy, he can lift a lot of opponents. So, B. Utility. If you're able to lift something over your head in the first place, you don't really need to be turning it into water. But I guess it can get water for, like, places that need water. So I guess that's also a B for being useful. Okay. Common Cold. Common Cold. Actual direct combat ability? It doesn't have any, really. So I think it goes in D, because it's very disabling, but doesn't really hurt you physically, directly. Utility. I don't know who you're helping by doing that. But I guess, I hope you're doing well. It surrounds them with their fears, and the fears do something. I don't fully remember it, but I feel like it was something like, I feel like it wasn't bad. So I think I'll put it in B in combat and C in utility. I don't know, that feels like a weird ranking to me, but okay. We didn't start the fire. Oh, we didn't start the fire. Not gonna put in F because it can have uses in combat for like figuring out weaknesses or something. If you hear someone's voice, you can analyze their combat history or conflict history. Utility, that's like an information gathering stand. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, let's put that in C. Actually, no, it's an actual utility stand. Let's put it in B. This is a mess. How are we 5 minutes later already? God damn, still alive. I'm gonna put in question mark, question mark, question mark. What I remember is it makes them like unable to die of natural causes or something. And it has some connection to birthday wishes, but I don't know what the fuck it is. So I'm gonna fucking leave it in question mark, question mark, question mark. Gonna go far, kid. It makes people cocky. Combat. It can make your opponent overestimate themselves, but won't really actually directly hurt them. And sometimes a person's cocky already, so it'll be completely useless. So it goes in D. Utility. Also D. That's not really helping anybody. Unless actually, I guess, you can make someone expose more information than they were trying to do otherwise. So maybe it's a C. I don't know. This ranking's getting weird. Come on, Ant. This is a memory stealing thing, right? I don't. As funny as it is, I don't remember. Combat. I mean, if he touches you, you're done in rings. So B. Utility. A. Nightmare King. This one has a lot of complexities for a really simple ability, really. Combat. Directly in combat, it's like a B. In utility, I'm going to say it's like an S. Okay, Carcalicious. Combat. Very debilitating. So, I'm going to throw it in like B. I think B is where all, yeah, that's where things like Friday, that's where the debilitating stands go, really. Utility, I hope it doesn't have utility to it. Let's throw that in E, because even if someone wanted to be horny, it makes them insatiably horny, so they can't even like make use of it. Okay, Angler's Tunnel. If I recall, it makes a hole in the ground. Combat. Someone might trip into it. That's like not really direct combat. Oh, I'm out of space in D tier, huh? Well, I guess I'll put in C tier so I can fill that spot, and also because I guess it can be kind of useful. If you want a quick hole, then that's a utility right there. So sure, that's a B in utility. Dominus Ascendant. Obviously a very powerful stand. I think it's not out of the realm of reason to put it as an S in combat, and like a pretty high in utility, like A in utility maybe. Yeah, it's a pretty powerful stand. Just doesn't have a powerful enough user to really fully. Well, he can fully utilize it, but you know he got beat eventually. Okay, Invincible. Makes you invincible, as in you cannot die, I think? Yeah, you can't die. Yeah, so you cannot die. So in combat, that's obviously a big perk, but actually, I think that's... Yeah, in most situations in combat, that's pretty good. Actually, yeah, I'd say it's just SS. Better than Unstoppable, but the issue is you can obviously still feel pain and be broken mentally. So yeah. Something bugs me about the way you lick your envelopes. Something bugs me about the fact that we're almost at 30 minutes. This one's completely up to chance. So I'm gonna say, well, you wouldn't use it in combat, so like E in combat. And utility, I'm gonna throw it. C would be average. Well, actually, no, because it can make something go really well or really badly. So I think putting it in C is fair. Okay, Black Hole Town. Post-mortem stand. So I'm gonna put in the same rank as Notorious Rob Ness. Speaking of this, let me, while I'm just, actually, okay, first let me also put it in utility, which I think is an anti-utility, so I'm gonna put that in F. Let me squish down some tiers here. Squish. Oh, that's not good. I need to bring that. Actually, no, it's fine. Squash. Anything else need to be squished? Not immediately. Actually, utility A tier could use a quick squishy. All right, squishy, squishy. Okay, back to the rankings. Sinistinarum. I think it's safe to put this as S in combat, maybe not S plus, because it doesn't have the raw destructiveness of Stained Brutal. And utility, I think it finally gets out of the E tier and into the D tier. Actually, oh no, I forgot about secondary ability. So it actually goes into B tier. Oh, that was a close call. I forgot it can do the ashes thing, where it throws ashes around and does things. Speaking of ashes, actually, that one might warrant a re-ranking too. Where is that? At least in combat. Where the fuck is ashes in combat? I'm assuming I rated it like low. I'm probably looking right at it. I shouldn't be doing this like while fucking recording. Blah 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 blah. Oh, there it is. Let's move ashes up to like B tier combat now that we actually have a clearer idea of what the fuck it does. But utility, I think it can stay where it is. Oh, they're tough, mighty tough in the West. It's like makes a good sandwich, but that's all it does. So B in utility and like F in combat. Okay, the ants go marching one by one. I'm gonna say it's a like if left unchecked, it can get out of control. So I'm gonna say a B in combat and like a D in utility, because like it just causes wackiness in general. All right, Unbreakable. The stand of legend makes you unable to be injured physically. In combat, that's gonna go in S probably. And in utility, that's probably like honestly S plus, I'm gonna say. I think that's fair. Actually, yeah, that's fair. Because like invincible, you just can't die. Unstoppable, your will can't be broken. Unbreakable, you can't be broken. So you could feel pain, yeah. You could be like driven mad, I guess. I think. but you can never be wounded. So you can't really... You're kind of invincible. Not that it matters, because it's like, you know... Yeah, that would just be a useful thing to have. Like, you can just do whatever you want, not get hurt by it. Yeah. Or not be broken by it, you know what I mean. Scarecrow? Combat, it's situational, but powerful, so I think B is a fitting place for it. And, utility, it doesn't really have a use, does it? That's E. Jungle Boogie. Quite frankly... well, Chrome's not responding right now, but quite frankly, I don't remember what the fuck Jungle Boogie does. Something about Hybear's shitty plans, and it helps him with them. So combat... I'm gonna throw it in D. Utility, I'm gonna throw it in C. I don't really remember what it does, but you know. I think we're nearing the end. Yeah. Close to the edge. First thing that pops into your head, you have to do it. Or something. So combat, that's like a... That's a B. Utility, again, it's good for like getting incriminating evidence and stuff. That's its whole point, basically, since it's used by a police officer. So that's like an A. Radioactive. Combat. It's effective in combat, but it's limited to fucking idiotically close range. So I'm gonna say it's a C. I'm gonna say it's like it doesn't have a utility purpose. So I'm gonna say that's like a F. Oh wait, yeah, it's an F because it has the anti-effect too. Like it has the shit effect. Okay, Black Tiger Sex Machine and its power of chromosomal deforestation. In combat, it's extremely confusing to go up against, and that's its entire point. So I'm gonna throw it at like a C in combat, because if you figure out the whole trick and manage to go against it, then it doesn't have an effect on you, but if you don't, you're fucked. Utility, it doesn't really have one, so I'm gonna say D, actually, because it can be used to just fuck with people, and, you know, it's a fun time for all. And finally, perfect thing to end with, this motherfucker, you know, this motherfucker, God damn, okay. Let's just rank it. Combat. Unfortunately, it's actually pretty good, because it's basically just very hard to counter against. So I'm going to put it in B. And utility, I'm going to put it in A. And then I'm going to... What am I going to do now? What the fuck? I guess I'm going to end the... Control S this. I guess I'll... Yeah, see you guys... See you guys next time, which will probably be sooner than the gap between this one and the last one, because next Astral is coming up. Way sooner than it probably should, because of how fucking long this one took to do. Okay. Bye-bye.